And we're going to move into, if you have a stability ball, we're going to move right into doing our glute ham raises with the stability ball. Okay, so you're going to have your feet on the ball. And you're going to have a 90-degree angle here. We want toes on the ball. Okay. And we're going to push our feet into the ball, squeezing our butt, pull the heels down, and you'll feel your hamstrings engage, and you're going to feel your pelvis move back into a tuck, okay? And then we're going to lift as high as you can without pain or problems. And then we're going to come down, continuing to tuck the pelvis all the way down, continuing to engage with pushing into the ball and pulling the heels down, okay? And then once your hips touch the ground, you can relax. We're going into neutral spine here, where there's a tiny little arch in your lower back. And again, we're going to push the feet into the ball, squeezing your butt, pull the heels down without sliding, and that moves your pelvis into a tuck. We're going to lift. Okay, and then we're going to come back down, tucking the pelvis all the way down so that you're getting activation of the glutes and hamstrings and lower back muscles all working together all the way down. Once you get that pelvis touching the ground, then you can relax. Let the lower back arch again. Okay, and then one more time, we're going to push the feet into the ball, pulling the heel down without sliding. And so you're going to feel hamstrings and glutes are engaged, moving into that tuck, lifting up. You'll know you're doing it right if you're shaking. We want to see a shake there. Okay, and then we're tucking all the way down. Really push hard into the ball and pull down with those heels all the way down. Beautiful. Okay, now we're going to move to a single leg. So with one leg, you're going to push your foot into we have elbows down for balance. You're going to push your left foot into the ball, pull the heel down without sliding. You're going to feel the glutes and hamstrings engage with that, and the pelvis move back into a tuck. You're going to lift. And if you feel like your hamstring is going to cramp, then think about pushing into the ball a little bit more. Okay, so squeeze your butt harder. If it feels like that hammy is going to cramp, it's because you're not getting enough butt muscle activation. So really focus on the squeezing the butt, pushing the foot into the ball aspect of it, and don't emphasize pulling down quite as much. Okay, so 3 times, then we're going to switch. Eventually, as you get stronger, you can equally emphasize both. All right, so we're going to push your foot into the ball, squeezing your butt, lift, and then keep pushing your foot into the ball, squeezing your butt as you come down. Okay, and we're going to do 2 more of those. Push your foot into the ball and lift, and push your foot into the ball, pulling the heel back all the way down. One more time, pushing your foot into the ball and lift, and you'll notice that as I'm lifting up, so Julie M, that other leg should be bent back. The other leg should be bent back. Like, so look at mine. Yeah, there you go. All right, and then now we're going to do hamstring curls. So we're going to have our feet on the ball, close together. We're going to keep our elbows down for balance, and we're going to stretch those legs out and bring them back. Okay, stretch the legs out, bring them back. And let's point our toes down so that we get more hamstring activation. So keep the toes pointed down. We're doing 10 of these. Great, we're going to bring those hips down. And then we're going to lift them back up. And we're going to march back and forth here. And get your hips as high as you can. This is as high as I can go right now because I'm rehabbing an injury, but you can go higher. Get your hips as high as you can with this. Good. All right, nice. So now we're going to go face down on the ball. And if you have the strength, which I know everybody in the class right now does, you can put a band underneath your mat. Let's see, I need a longer band. Okay, so use a light band. Like if this is your first time doing it, use yellow. If you've been doing it for a while, you can use a heavier band once you know your strength. Okay, so we're putting the band under the mat, putting the ball over the band. This exercise is called the flying fish. It's really good for building stability in your hips and your back. Okay, so we're going to put our hands through the loop. And you want to have a nice straight line from shoulders to ankles, ideally. If you're newer or you don't have the back strength, you can be here, okay? But as soon as you can, you want to be up here. I'm going to do it without a band because I don't have the strength with what I'm rehabbing. But with your hands in the band, you're going to raise your arms up, and you want to have a nice straight line from your head to your heels. Tucking the chin, squeezing those shoulder blades down and back. You should feel it in between your shoulder blades. And that's perfect, Erin. You've remembered. That's good. Take the pressure off of those feet for right now. Okay, and then the next one, make sure you're squeezing your butt. Make sure your abs are in. Okay, because you can do this without squeezing your butt, but we want the butt muscles to work with the back muscles. So you've got to squeeze your butt. Okay, even if you're doing it here, squeeze your butt. Okay. All right, so with your hands in the band, thumbs up, chin tucked, squeezing those shoulder blades together. Don't forget to keep squeezing your butt. It's easy to forget. You've got to focus on that. Squeeze your butt. The butt tries to be lazy, and your feet are your foundation. Your butt is the next part of the foundation. And if your butt is sleepy and weak, then that causes back problems and knee problems, and ultimately can lead to neck problems as well. So next, we're going to keep your butt squeezed. Okay, draw the abs in, elbows up like this, tuck your chin, and we're going to rotate. This is a challenging one for people to get the hang of. So if you're new, you might think you're doing it right, and you may not be. And if you're watching this on a replay, I recommend scheduling a private session so we can go through it with you. Make sure you've got it down, or joining one of our live classes. Everybody in my class right now has done this for a while, so you guys know how to do it. Okay, so we're doing 6 to 10 of those. And then take a quick breather. Squeeze your butt, abs in. And we're going to go straight back. Straight back. So you may need to wrap the band a little bit more around your hand. We're going straight back. Tuck the chin. Abs in. Squeeze your butt. You're going straight back. Okay, take a little breather, catch your breath. The next one is much more challenging. And Erin, you can still do it with us with your feet flat. So Erin's doing it this way. So what it's gonna look like for you, Erin, is it's gonna be like this. And it's pretty hard. Okay, so it's just a little unweighting with your foot. Okay, everybody else, we're going to be up here, and we're alternating, keeping the abs in, and your goal is that there's no side bend happening in your back, and there's no rocking through the pelvis. Yes, Erin, yes, looks good. You guys are all looking great. Now, I'm noticing, so Julie, see if you can do it. It looks to me like your hand is touching the ground on the opposite side. So see if you can do it without your hand touching the ground. So your hand's gonna float And that's going to make it a little more unstable. Yep. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. That's a different exercise, isn't it? Yep. There you go. Yeah. Nice. So that's the benefit of joining us live. I can give you some feedback on things. All right. Well done, everyone. We're going to move into our side planks. So if you know you can do a full side plank, go ahead. All right. Erin, let's try the full side plank today. Just going up and hold. Okay. If you need to modify, this is the modification. Okay. So Erin, you're just going to do a side plank and hold it. Everybody else, we're going to hold the side plank and lift our leg. Okay. Keeping the body nice and straight. 10 times, 10 leg lifts. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Once you've done 10, we're going to switch sides. Hips stacked, knees stacked, shoulders stacked, abs in, nice and straight, and lift your leg. Now, if you're doing this at home as a replay, you could pause it, put yourself up against a wall, maybe in your hallway, and slide your foot against the wall. Make sure your butt is back against the wall and your head is back against the wall. And that will ensure that you have proper technique, since you don't have me to bug you about your technique not being correct. All right. So we just did 10 each side there. We're going to move into a front plank next. So with the front planks, I'm very particular. We want to squeeze the shoulder blades together, tuck the chin, and hold. Okay. So I'm going to just critique you guys as you're doing that. So make sure you're squeezing those shoulder blades together. Tuck your chin. Yes, you guys look great. Everybody's looking really good. Erin, just a little more squeeze of the shoulder blades. A little more squeeze. Yeah. Tuck your chin. Yeah, right there. Beautiful. Julie, David, Gretchen, you guys can march. So do 5 times each leg. Nice. Good. If you're watching on the replay, it looks like this. Great. Take a break. We're going to put our shoulders on the ball now. And I want shoulders and head on the ball. Okay, and you're going to lift those hips up nice and high. So hips are high, shoulders and head are on the ball. Keep the hips up really high, and think about keeping your knees in line with your sits bones and with your second toe. Okay, don't let your knees bow out because they're going to want to. You're going to just baby step, just lift one foot at a time. We're going back and forth. It's a little marching. You just imagine someone sliding a credit card under there. Just going to let them slide it through. You don't have to lift real high. Hips higher, Julie. Hips higher. Yep, hold them up nice and high. Make sure your head is on the ball as well as your shoulders.
Nicole, can you explain what to do without a ball?
Oh yeah, if you don't have a ball, put your head on a chair or your couch, and that works pretty well. All right. And then if you don't have a ball, you can do crunches. So you're going to lay on your back. You're going to rest your head on your hands. We're going to let our hands help us a little bit today if you need it. So like Julie D, go ahead and let your head rest in your hands. Anyone that has a neck issue or has had headaches, just let your head rest in your hands. Everybody else, we're going to have, if you have a ball, you're going to be on the ball and let your head rest in your hands. If you have a history with headaches or neck pain. If not, you don't need your head to rest on your hands, okay? So if you're on the ground, just follow along. If you're on the ball, then follow along. So we're going to, you want to start, if you look at how I'm positioned, you want to start with a little neutral arch in your lower back, okay? And we're going to curl forward just till your shoulder blades get off the ball, and we're going to come back. We're going to do 3 of those. If you're on the ground, it's just curling forward till your shoulder blades get off of the ground, and we're maintaining that neutral spine the whole time with your crunch if you're on the ground, okay? So that means there's a small arch in your lower back, okay? And then next we're gonna go just slightly to one side, okay? So we're just gonna rotate a little bit with our crunch. Doing 6 of those. And then we're going 6 the other way. Small little rotation, just till the shoulder blades come off the ball. That's it. Nice. Feel that burn in the abs. Okay, and then next, we're going to stand and do a few things in standing. We covered a lot in 10 minutes, didn't we? Can you guys believe that was just 10 minutes? All right, so we're going to go ahead and do some lunges and squats. So Erin, just do squats right now while we're doing the lunges, okay? And Erin, as you're doing your squats, so what you can do is you're going to squat down and you're going to come up, breathe in as you reach, and just reach up, okay? That's what's going to look like. All right, everybody else, we're going to do a back lunge with a reach like this. And you're just going to go back and forth. Good. Now we're going to add another wrinkle into the back lunge with a reach. So we're going to lunge back, come up like this, put your foot down. It's going to take some coordination. You're going to have to use your brain. Whoa, see, I just got confused. So it's you swing through, switch. Swing through, switch. Swing through, switch. Swing through, switch. Oops, I forgot. It's easy to get confused. You have to focus on what you're doing. Good. All right, then the next one we're going to do, keep going, Erin, with your squats. Next one we're going to do, you're going to bring your elbow all the way down by your ankle. So we just open up those hips. This is such a good stretch for opening up the hips and strengthening. We're going to rock back, both knees get straight. Then we're going to bend our knees, look straight ahead, drive through, switch. Okay, bringing the elbow all the way to the inside of that ankle. Bring your hands around, rock back, both knees get straight. Bend your knees, look straight ahead, switch. Rocking those feet back, both legs getting as straight as possible. Bend your knees, drive through, switch. This opens up the back and hips beautifully. And by switching back and forth, it challenges your brain a bit. All right, next we're going to do a side lunge. So for your side lunge, Erin, you can do these, but just, Erin, you're gonna do them like this, where you lunge like this. Same with Julie, okay? Julie Douglas, I mean. And actually, Julie Madonia, go ahead and do them this way as well. All right, everybody else, we're gonna be a little more dynamic. And just make sure shoulders and hips are staying straight ahead. It's really easy with this one to do it incorrectly. So make sure your toes are pointing straight ahead, shoulders and hips pointing straight ahead. And Keep your fingers relaxed as well. You're gonna have more power from the back of your body if you keep your fingers open. Okay, we're doing about 6 to 10 each side. Nice. Okay, then next, we're gonna reach straight down to the inside of the leg. If you're able to, you're gonna go all the way down and then come back up, but you've got to keep your back straight. Make sure your toes are spread apart and gripping the ground. We'll do 3 on one side, then switch, 3 on the other, and only go as far as you can with proper technique. It doesn't do you any good to bend your back to get your touch the ground. So it's more important that you have the right technique. Maybe just go as far as your knee. And so after you do 3 each side, then now let's do 3. Everybody, we're just, or not everybody, Julie, Douglas, go ahead and just reach to your knee. Don't try to reach further. Everybody else, we're gonna go, again, just try to reach as far as you can, keeping proper technique 3 times each side. You want to focus on keeping your knee in line with your second toe. And a nice high arch as you do it, not letting your arch collapse. If you notice you have trouble keeping your arch from collapsing, then you probably need our Barefoot Science insoles. They will strengthen your feet. So they're better than any other kind of orthotic because they actually strengthen your feet instead of just supporting the foot so that the muscles of the feet and legs get to stay lazy. So if you want to increase the strength of your feet, legs, and hips, just as you walk around, get Barefoot Science insoles. They're awesome. If you're not sure which ones to get for you, you can call us. We'll do a free consult and we'll walk you through it. All right, so the next one, you're going to spread those toes apart and then reach forward. So keeping your knee in line with your second toe. We're working on balance here, flexibility, strength. Okay, nice. And then switch. Doing 3 each side. Keeping the knee in line with the second toe. And switch again. Keeping that knee in line with the second toe. Spreading those toes apart. So we've done 3 each side there. We'll do it one more time. Switch 3 times, keeping the knee in line with the second toe. And if you have trouble keeping your pelvis level and balanced, then you can turn your leg inward on the other side. And that will help balance out what's tight and weak. But you may also need a few sessions of physical therapy to get that straightened out, literally. All right, we're gonna switch again 3 times. You guys have been in my class, you guys are looking great. It's the people watching later on a replay I worry about. This is one that's very easy to do incorrectly and not even realize you're doing it incorrectly. All right, let's do another set of our flying fish exercise. So we get our ball back into position. All right, I'm not going to use the band, but you can use a band. You're going to put your hands through the loop, and then you're going to do all of the exercises. All right, so squeezing your butt, abs in, nice straight line from shoulders to ankles. Okay, and we're going to lift thumbs up in a Y. We're going to do 10, 6 to 10. If you find that your technique is dying on you at 6, then just do 10. Or I mean, just do 6, sorry. Stop at 6. There's no benefit to doing it incorrectly. because your muscles got too tired to do it right. All right, now we're gonna thumbs up, arms straight, squeezing the shoulder blades together, abs in, squeeze your butt, don't forget. So easy to forget to squeeze your butt. So make sure you're squeezing your butt, abs in, okay? And then now we're gonna do our external rotations here. And you need less resistance with the external rotation. So you can lighten up the band on this one. And then now we're gonna take a little breather for a sec. So when you do this one out here, you don't need as much band because these are weaker muscles that we're training there. When you're doing this one, a weaker band. And then when you do this one, usually more resistance, okay? So I was kind of moving through that a little too quick for you guys, probably to adjust appropriately. I'll have to remember that for next time. I wasn't wearing my band, so. All right, now we're gonna go, with this one we want quite a bit of resistance, so wrap it around your hand a couple times, so it's challenging. Squeeze your butt, and we're gonna pull straight back. And we're working on getting the hands high, like, look how high I'm getting here. Yep, really squeeze those shoulder blades together, tuck your chin. All right, and then take a little breather. And then we're gonna do alternating. So if you're protecting your feet or ankles right now, and you're doing it this way, then it looks like this, and it's quite challenging. Okay, you gotta really squeeze draw your abs in and squeeze your lats to stabilize, okay? Everybody else, you're gonna be here, abs in, squeeze your butt, alternating.
What should I do without a ball?
If you don't have a ball, then lay flat, no band, and you're doing this. Oops, I did it backwards. Ah! It's challenging because you're alternating, but your feet are staying just slightly off the ground. It's like a alternating flutter kick deal. All right, we're gonna lay on our back, put our feet on the ball, or feet on a half roller. Or I mean, not a half roller, a foam roller, a foam roller, or a melt roller. Okay, so we're gonna do single leg. We're gonna have elbows down for balance. We're gonna push our foot into the ball, pull the heel back down, and you'll feel your pelvis move into a tuck. We're gonna lift up as high as you can without pain or problems. We're gonna come down, keep squeezing your butt, keep pulling your heel down, all the way down. Returning to neutral spines, there's a little arch there. Push the foot into the ball and pull the heel down, lifting up and coming down. One more time. Okay, and we're gonna switch. Push your foot into the ball, pull the heel down without sliding. Going up and down here. And you're lifting as high as you can without pain or problems. Okay, now we're gonna cross our arms across our chest to make it more challenging. And you may not be able to lift as high, that's fine. Just focus on the technique here. So we're pushing the foot into the ball, squeezing your butt, pull the heel down, get a little lift off, and come back down. So just keep it in a real small range that you can control. See, I'm not lifting real high. And we're just working on building up those muscles. And over time, you'll be able to lift higher as you get stronger. This works your core quite a bit. The back of the core. And a little bit of the front. The way they work together. Okay, and you might notice you have a lot of weakness on one side compared to the other. It's a lot harder on one side. Make sure that you really focus on slowly lowering down and continuing to really squeeze your butt and push your foot into the ball all the way down. Okay, we're gonna have our elbows down for balance. We're gonna lift our hips up. And if you have your feet on a foam roller, or that works just fine, or a melt roller. So you can use the melt roller. Julie D, go ahead and just do it double leg, but everybody else, I'm gonna take you through single leg to double leg or single leg. So Gretchen and David, you guys can do it single leg. Julie, I think let's do single leg to double leg. Julie Madonia. So we're gonna pull in with 2 legs, out with 1. If you're new to this exercise and you're watching on a replay, or if you have been told by me to do it this way, do it this way. Otherwise, you can do it single leg. Okay, we're gonna switch. Erin, you can do it single leg to double leg with us here. So you're going out on 1, in on 2, okay? Yeah, there you go, Erin. Okay, and we're gonna switch sides, 3 more each side. So we're going out on the left or right, whichever one you did first. We're doing 3, and then switch. Make sure you're getting that knee all the way straight. 3 each side. Good. Gonna get our head and our shoulders on the ball or on a couch or a chair. Hips up, nice and high, squeezing your butt. It's harder to do now at the end of the workout, and we're just gonna just barely lift our foot. Keep those hips nice and high. A little higher, Julie M. Yes, there you go. Keeping those hips high. Higher, Julie M, higher. You guys are looking good. Keep it going. All right. And then we're gonna do some crunches again. 1 more set. So if you're on the ball, it looks like your start position looks like this. I need to move. I'm out of the camera. All right, if you're on the ground, it looks very similar. All right, so your head's on the ground, small arch in your lower back. That little arch in your lower back never goes away with this exercise, okay? So drawing the abs in, curl forward, and we're gonna do 6 of these. If you have really good neck strength, you can do it without your head in your hands. Okay, we're gonna go across the body 6 times, and then across the other way 6 times, and just make sure you're keeping a neutral spine in that lower back, and you're just lifting the shoulder blades off the ball. That's it. All right. Nice job, you guys. All right, we're gonna do 1 more set of the light part of the flying fish, okay? So with your band, we're gonna do our Ys and our Ws again. So squeeze your butt, abs in, tuck your chin, and with your hands through the band, I'll give you guys a little moment to get your hands through the band. Takes a minute. So remember, the band should be underneath your yoga mat, underneath your ball, so that it doesn't slide out and hit you. All right, so abs in, squeeze your butt, tuck your chin, and let's do 6 to 10 Ys. This helps with posture, which I know is going to be music to some people's ears. And it helps stabilize the neck, which is going to be music to some people's ears. If you don't have a band, I think I mentioned this earlier, just do it on the floor like this and lift your feet up. Squeeze your butt, abs in, tuck your chin. You can also do it with the band laying on your stomach on the floor. That's another option. Okay, abs in, squeeze your butt, elbows up, and we're gonna rotate. W. Yes, you guys are looking great with that. This is a challenging one if you're watching on the replay. You might think you're doing it proper and you may not be. You might, it's worth having a coaching session with us to make sure you're doing it right, or come to the live online class so you get some feedback. All right, now that we're all tired, maybe not, maybe you're not tired. If you're like, hey, let's go another half hour. If so, you can just, you know, catch the replay and do another half hour, just do it all over again. Or do another reboot class. All right, if you're the Energizer Bunny, but I'm getting tired. We're gonna do push-ups, okay? As many as you can. All right, so some of you guys, knee push-ups are where you're at, and some of you can do a full push-up. I'm at the knee push-up juncture with my rehab, so I'm gonna be doing a knee push-up style. All right, and we're just gonna do as many as we can. Ready, set. I'll stop when you guys stop, when the last person stops. Let's see, hold on. Can I see everybody? Gretchen, can you tilt it down just a little bit? All right, here we go. Ready, set, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, Julie. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I'm going to call it. All right, good job. So Gretchen had the most knee push-ups. Good job. David had the most full push-ups. Good job. Well done, well done, well done. It's good to push ourselves like this. Really pushing yourself with something that's very hard like that, what it does is it stimulates the release of human growth hormone. And you guys can stretch your hips while I tell you about this. So you can stretch this way like this. You can go into the full happy baby stretch, okay? Or if you prefer, you can do it this way. So just stretch in the way that's best for you. All right. And we're just working on that hip mobility. So anyway, by working out super, super hard and like doing something like as many lunges as you can at once, or as many push-ups as you can do at once, and just challenging yourself in that way, what that does is working that hard stimulates the release of human growth hormone, which then actually stimulates muscle growth. Okay, so we all want a little bit of muscle growth. And if you're a lady who's participating either later as the replay or right now, and you're worried like, oh, I don't want to get bulky, you know, I don't want to look like the Hulk. Well, don't worry, because I've had people that have been part of this class, this Reboot Level 2 class, since COVID started being an issue, and we all sheltered in place. And a couple of ladies that have been participating all of that time, and they actually used to be more bulky, more Hulk-like. And then by doing this workout, what they've told me is that their posture is better, their strength and flexibility is better, their athletic performance is better, and they like how lean and strong they are, that they're not quite as bulky as they used to be, and they actually like it. They like their look, how they look. So don't worry about bulking up. You won't, unless you have to do a certain type of training in order to really get bulky, and that's not what we're doing here. So don't worry about that. But it is good to get some stimulation of that human growth hormone so that we do build a little bit of muscle fiber size, just a little bit, to kind of hold things in place where we want them to be held in place for our spine and our shoulders, holding those shoulders back, holding the neck in the right place, holding your lumbar spine in the right place. All right. Well done, everyone. So I like to open it up for questions and aha moments. And I noticed some of you guys are stretching other areas. You can always stretch your calves, your quads. It's good to stretch those things as well. Hamstrings. All right. And by the way, if you find yourself always stretching your piriformis, if you're like regularly doing the figure 4 stretch, because you're like, gosh, my piriformis is always tight. It always feels so, tight there. Your piriformis is probably tight because your gluteus medius muscles are weak and your gluteus maximus muscles, so your butt muscles, are weak. So keep coming to this class. Get strong. As you get stronger, then your piriformis won't be trying to take over for those other muscles and getting so tired that it tightens up. Okay, so I love to open it up for any questions, any aha moments that you guys had, any takeaways. What are you going to work on between now and the next time we meet?
Nicole,
Yes.
I have a real weakness when we're on the ball and we're supposed to be doing it with one leg. I find it really difficult.
Is it really difficult with both legs or just one?
Both.
Okay. Well, that's okay. That's going to get better with practice. So once a week isn't enough. So it's just not enough. You've got to do it. You have to do it at least twice, to make progress. So at least twice a week, and 3 times is even better if you want faster progress. So.
Okay, but should it be part of a series? I mean, you just don't lay down.
No, that's a good question. You know what I would do is I'm actually going to break this out. I'm going to have Javier do it this afternoon. I'm going to break it out into some sections. So like some little mini sections for people. Like if you want to do the glute ham series just by itself, you can. Or if you want to do just this 30-minute workout that we just did without all the melt stuff at the beginning. If you only have 30 minutes, you just want to get a workout in, then you could do that. So we're going to break it out into some little chunks for you guys. But actually, I'm pretty sure in the library, we already have the glute ham series. So if you want to just review it, you can just go in the library and review that. You can just do it. But for you, Julie, probably be best to do the whole series that we did, the 30 minutes. For you, it'd be best to do the 30 minutes at least twice a week. So this little 30-minute workout that we did is a really good one for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty.
So I'll post it as a 30-minute workout for anybody else that wants to do it more than once.
Okay, very good.
All right. Bye, Julie.
Bye.
Good job. Bye, Julie D. Anybody else?
I had kind of a, one of your cues was very helpful to me because I was feeling it on the ball, on my hamstring. And you said, tighten up you didn't say tuchus, but that's my word, or the fanny. And once I did that, it relieved my hamstring. So thank you for that cue.
Yep. So for everybody who's doing this later, remember that cue. That's key.
It is.
Squeeze your butt. Yep.
It's easy. Yeah, I turn it off all the time. I need that
Oh,
cue.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, is the body is going to take the path of least resistance always and forever. And so there are certain things that you will have to consciously think about when you're training to remind yourself so that you get the proper activation so that you have the proper stability for life, and one of those is the glutes. They're going to always try to, abdicate to the hamstrings or the quads, the back muscles. They're little abdicators. So we have to constantly remind them that we need their help.
Gretchen, you missed my aha moment last week. It was exactly the same.
Oh,
Yeah.
great. Alike.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
I think for me, one of the things that is challenging for me is just that knee in line with the second toe. Like if I ever think I'm doing something well, and then get that reminder, which I try to keep that in mind, but when you're trying to put all the other puzzle pieces together, it's easy to forget. And so just that one little piece like increases the challenge for me quite a bit. So
Yep. Yep. Yeah, and that goes back to what David and Gretchen were saying, because the knee in line with the second toe, that's all glutes. It's all glutes. So again, they like to abdicate and let the quads do it there. But then what happens is if you let that happen, it's gonna irritate your knee. It's gonna aggravate it, and over time, it could cause knee problems. So yeah. Yep. So it's just, so when you're thinking about keeping your knee in line with the second toe, it's like you consciously put it there, you're using your glutes to do that. But you can even consciously think about squeezing your butt, and it will help even more.
okay.
Just, like when you think about bringing your knee in line with your second toe, you're going to be using your glutes. Then if you think about squeezing your butt, you're going to use more of those fibers. It's just the way the brain and the body interact. It's the same thing when your feet are on the ball. If you push into the ball really hard, you're going to use your glutes. If you think about squeezing your butt while you push your foot really hard into the ball, you're going to use more fibers from the glutes. So it really is cool how if you picture, if you just think, okay, glutes squeeze, took a squeeze, then it does actually respond. Yep. Anything else? If there's nothing else, then I just love working out with you guys on Thursday mornings at 9. It's a blast. It's good for me. It's good to see your faces. I enjoy the camaraderie, and also just love seeing you guys making progress as well. And I've had to start over. I had to start over after my injury, so I'm building back up with some of you guys. So it's fun. It's a fun group. You guys are a really fun group. So
Thank you.
Thank
Yeah.
you so
all right, you guys have a great rest of your day.
You
And
too.
I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.